South Africa's leader Cyril Ramaphosa is back under the legal spotlight. But this time, it's not a campaign stump or a parliamentary platform. It's the High Court demanding straight answers regarding a mysterious and secretive hotel spending that is igniting a country in alarm. In what is now being termed a growing political earthquake, the courts are calling for complete disclosure regarding a budget at one of the nation's most expensive hotels that some have suggested may involve public funds being used improperly. The case not only has set off debate along party lines, but also has fueled discussions of transparency, government accountability, and the frequently blurred distinction between personal indulgence and responsibility of the state. What started as a hushed rumor in the political journalism corridors has become a raging public investigation. And at the eye of this tempest is the president himself, a figure who ran for office promising clean government and zero tolerance for corrupt practices. The scandal erupted after a whistleblower in the Department of Public Works released an internal memorandum revealing that an unknown amount alleged to be tens of millions of rand was sanctioned for a presidential visit at an upmarket hotel in Cape Town. It wasn't an ordinary visit. It was labeled an executive retreat, but according to critics, it bore all the hallmarks of a private getaway without any clear national benefit or policy discussion. The timing of the retreat amid ongoing economic strain, rolling blackouts, and widespread public dissatisfaction only made the revelation more explosive. Journalists digging deeper uncovered inconsistencies in the stated purpose of the stay. The invoices mention strategic planning sessions whereas others mention entertainment and private hospitality fees. Public records under the Promotion of Access to Information Act, PIA, were delayed or refused in toto, fueling speculation of willful obstruction. With increased pressure, civil society organizations and corruption watchers took the issue to court for a complete forensic audit and total openness from the office of the president. The High Court moved quickly. In a move widely seen by legal experts as a turning point for democratic accountability, the court ordered President Ramaphosa's administration to provide an overall report not only on the expense of the hotel visit, but also explaining who approved the expenses, the line items, and whether internal financial guidelines were sidestepped. In blistering comments at the hearing, one of the sitting judges stated, "The public has a right to know how their money is spent, particularly during times of economic duress. Any hiding of the truth fosters suspicion and undermines legitimacy of public office." Those words created shockwaves throughout the political community. It demonstrates a rising judicial assertiveness in South Africa, a public message that executive privilege cannot be invoked for the purposes of financial secrecy, particularly where public funds are involved. So far, the president has provided nothing but diplomatic silence. His spokesman made a carefully phrased response, calling the charges politically motivated and asking South Africans to resist what they call trial by media. But instead of soothing the storm, that action fueled the blaze. To many citizens, the refusal to provide a clear explanation implied that there could be more to the tale than one was led to believe. Political commentators disagree over the president's approach. Some see his reticence as a cunning legal tactic, taking time for his people to prepare a defense or strike a quiet deal in the background. Others think the lack of transparency threatens to alienate even his most loyal supporters at a time when public confidence in government is already low. Ramaphosa's detractors, such as opposition leaders within the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, and Democratic Alliance, DA, took advantage of the opportunity to intensify their criticism. Julius Malema was not slow in branding the hotel scandal evidence that Ramaphosa is just the same as the corrupt elite he used to criticize. DA leader John Steenhuisen did more than that, charging the African National Congress with hiding behind bureaucracy to cover their own and demanding that Parliament conduct its own independent inquiry into presidential spending. The case is however much bigger than one hotel receipt. It has addressed more profound systemic problems that have long afflicted South Africa: state capture, fiscal opaqueness, abuse of public trust, and the progressive weakening of democratic checks and balances. The notion that such a large figure could conceivably be authorized and kept from public view has raised uncomfortable questions. How many other such expenditures have fallen through the cracks? How widespread does the abuse of discretionary budgets become in government departments? Legal experts say a final judgment by the High Court has the potential to have significant effects. If the judges insist on complete disclosure and accountability, it may create a precedent that gives power to citizens and pressure groups to question other dubious government spending. It may also open up more stringent audits of senior bureaucrats' discretionary funds, exposing to sunlight the practices that have long been in the backroom. This possible change of direction is needed at a time when South Africa is in crisis. It is facing a series of crises: high unemployment, inflation, rundown infrastructure, and power outages that have paralyzed businesses and households. People's tolerance for financial impropriety is thinning. Most South Africans are asking themselves why they should continue to tighten their belts while their leaders have a different set of rules. The hotel budget scandal may be the match that lights the larger fire of civic engagement and legal change. Already community groups are organizing protests and awareness campaigns demanding increased transparency in government at all levels. Social media sites are abuzz with hashtags seeking answers, and online petitions are collecting thousands of signatures in a matter of hours. The political repercussions are only just starting to unfold. Some in the ANC have been said to have quietly worried that the scandal would bring the party's reputation into disrepute before the next election. Rumors of internal strife hint that within the party, factions are using the scandal to challenge Ramaphosa's leadership. If the president cannot come up with credible explanations, analysts warn he risks not only losing popularity, but also catalyzing yet another bout of instability within his own ranks. So far, the High Court has set a strict timeline for the president's lawyers to deliver unredacted financial reports and communication records for the stay at the hotel. If they fail to do so, there may be more court penalties or, in a more sensational twist, a constitutional crisis if the presidency simply refuses to comply. South African democracy has withstood numerous storms. But this occasion has a different feel to it. It highlights the increasing resolve of citizens, media, and judges alike to bring to book even the most influential personalities. For average South Africans, the hotel scandal is more than just a headline. It's a symbol of anger with a political class that too often seems removed from the everyday problems of its citizens.